The new Kia EV4. This is a global car. Kind of confusing because there's going to be two different versions of this vehicle. There's going to be one for the United States and a different one for everyone else that will be made, I believe, in China. The other one will be made in the United States. But this is actually quite an interesting electric car. It's a sedan, but not a sedan, sort of a liftback. Some people are saying they hate it. Some people say they love it. It's quite a polarizing looking vehicle. But there is one option, there is one choice to get this in with a 330 miles of EPA range, which seems like it's maybe quite a good option. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. Now, I filmed a video about this before and kind of got a little bit mixed up on myself because I've realized that there's two different versions of this car, the global version and the American version. They will be two different cars. Now, one thing to point out, it does not use Kia and Hyundai's eGMP platform with 800 volt capability. It's a bit cheaper, more affordable to manufacture because it uses 400 volt. That, of course, means charging speed is a little slower, but we'll get to that in a second. It does use Hyundai Motor Group's electric global modular platform, which is under the EV9 and the Ioniq 5, but those use 800 volt and this does not. It's powered by a single 150 kilowatt or 200 horsepower electric motor on the front of the car. I'm not a huge fan of front wheel drive, but that's what, it probably helps to keep the price down. And it comes with two 400 volt battery options. The base model is the Lite, and that gets a 58 kilowatt hour battery, which delivers 235 miles of EPA range. Now, my personal recommendation is don't buy that model. I don't think 235 miles of range is going to be a great choice when you go on a road trip. It's just going to lead to a little bit of range anxiety potentially. The better model here, in my opinion, and the really quite a compelling option actually, is the EV4 GT line, which comes with an 81.4 kilowatt hour battery and up to 330 miles of EPA range. Well, actually that says Kia estimated range. Now, what that means is because of the 400 volt platform, not the 800 volt, charging is a little slower than Kia and Hyundai's other cars. You can charge from 10 to 80% in 29 to 31 minutes. 29 minutes for the smaller battery, 31 minutes for the bigger battery. Now, to compare that to other cars, it's a little slower, to be honest. For example, the car that I drive, the Xpeng G9, I can do it in about 20 minutes. The new version of that car can do it in about 12 minutes. There's quite a lot of, to be honest, I was just in China, there's quite a lot of electric cars in China that can now charge between 10 to 20 minutes for the 10 to 80% charge. So this is good. This is still decent charging speed at 30 minutes, but it's a bit behind some of the more modern vehicles out there. The EV's charging port for America has been relocated to the front passenger side because of Tesla. Yeah, I'm serious. It's a NACS charging port, compatible obviously with Tesla charging ports, and that makes it easier. If you put it in that location, it's easier for Tesla superchargers. Now, I don't know whether the charging port will be changed for global markets for the Chinese version of this car that I think will be sold outside of North America, but that's how it is in the United States. So what about safety and convenience technology? Well, it comes with, of course, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and it also gets a new version, 3.0, of Kia's iPedal variable regeneration braking system, which automatically adjusts the level of regen based on speed, distance to a leading vehicle, and more. I think it actually sounds like a good system. It's full one-pedal driving. Most electric cars, unfortunately, are not full one-pedal driving these days. This is a feature that if you've owned a Tesla before, you get into another electric car, you realize it's not one-pedal driving, and you can get a bit annoyed, and you think to yourself, I'm used to one-pedal driving, it's really good, and now I don't have it. So this does have that. The system works in reverse as well. So drive in reverse, you'll get one-pedal reverse driving, and it retains the driver's preferred regen level when the EV4 is restarted. Like other eGMP cars, this one is compatible with their vehicle-to-load adapter, not vehicle-to-grid, but it does allow owners to convert the external charging port into a 120-volt, 15-amp power outlet to run appliances, equipment, or tools when the vehicle is parked. Inside, you can see that there is two 12.3-inch displays I'm not a huge fan of these 12.3-inch displays. Even my kids think they're not that good. They're like, Dad, we can't see the maps properly. I want to see the map. So I find this a bit of an issue in cars with these horizontal widescreen displays. I think it's better to have more of a rectangular display or a vertical display so you can actually see the maps when you're driving. It's much, much easier to see further ahead of you. Anyhow, it also has a 5-inch climate display, and it features a Kia AI assistant, which is a new assistant, which is meant to help you keep your eyes off the screens by being able to talk to the car while you're driving. Don't know if it works well. I'd say most of these AI assistants aren't that great, but you never know. Maybe it'll be an aberration to that rule, right? Also available are digital key 2.0 technology, which lets drivers get rid of your key fob and just use your phone. That's good, guys, but I have had a few times where I found you can have a little bit of an issue and it won't work, and then you can get stuck. So it's worth keeping that in mind. But anyway, using your phone is pretty handy. One other feature it has is called Highway Driving Assistant Safety Tech. That means it's basically like automated cruise control, radar cruise control, so you can sit behind another car and the car will follow. That's pretty standard for most cars these days. EVs4 software will be kept current with over-the-air updates, says Kia, and feature on-demand purchases via the Kia Connect data connection, which owners must subscribe to maintain after the 3-year included trial. Basically, after 3 years, you will have to pay the subscription. Otherwise, this car is not going to give you all the features, essentially. That's pretty normal, though. There are plenty of blanks that will need filling. There's a lot of other features we don't know. Is this platform going to be using the same platform as the EV5 that's made in China? Probably, I believe, using the Blade battery from BYD. That's what that battery uses. It uses basically BYD's platform, essentially. It's 400 volt as well. It also has a 150 kilowatt front drive motor. So I think that's what the rest of the world is going to get. For budget-minded shoppers that might not have bought a car before, this could be a good option. It'll probably compete with something like the Xpeng Mona, the BYD Seal, and I'm going to guess it's going to be a little cheaper than a Tesla Model 3. I've heard around $35,000 US in America. I'm going to guess around $50,000 in places like Australia. What about specifications? Well, it has 22.2 cubic feet of cargo capacity, which is not bad, behind the rear seats. And there is a hatchback version of this car. It's called the K4. So guys, there'll be a hatchback version, a sedan version. I personally would prefer the hatchback version. The sedan is decent. But to be honest, this is a decent vehicle. And I know you guys in the United States, you don't get options from China at this point in time. But for my money, I don't think Kia is up there right now with the best electric car brands in the world. I think what they're making is decent. And I think in the United States, it'll be a compelling option because you guys don't have a whole lot of options for vehicles outside of America. But for the rest of the world, I really think there's some better choices. And guys, I'll always mention what I think those are when I'm doing videos on those particular vehicles. By the way, I'm also planning on doing a comparison of some of these cars, potentially testing some of them at a racetrack to see how they drive under those kind of conditions. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. Let me know your thoughts as well. And thanks for watching.